Greetings, one and all. This is Copy Who, and I am your host, the one and only Paul, the producer. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Ding, 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 ding. Red letter days here. We're moving into spring. How much I love the spring. I really love the spring. Starts getting warmer, and it means in this extremely warm studio, I have to start shedding clothing. Really important because I have all these TVs running in here, and if I don't shed some clothing, it gets really hot. So it's about 1:45 p.m. in the afternoon, Monday, April 10th, and Mountain Standard Time, I will add. And every time I start doing this now, even in the winter, it would get so hot in here, I would make sure the heat wasn't blasting in my house while doing this. Plus, I've started taking my jeans off because I usually wear sweats underneath my jeans in the winter. So right now I took my jeans off because I didn't want to get that hot feeling, you know what I'm saying? I like being hot in one sense, but not in the temperature sense. I want women to say, that 50-year-old guy's hotter than most 50-year-old guys. I don't stand out like that, though. I have the bald head. Eventually, this summer, I'm actually going to take my beanie off when I'm going out to places. I'm going to keep my head shaved on a regular basis. I might even endeavor to do it with a Bic razor in the shower because it's just such a messy hassle when I let it go for like a month or two and then I have to buzz it off. I have to have towels like around the floor so that there's not some huge mess everywhere. And I do think it looks cooler. The problem in here, though, with it is if I take this hat off, you see there's a little bit of a light on top of this hat right now. And if it's my bald head, that light above me is just shining directly down on this bald head. Now, I might look skinny, you know, because I'm not wearing... I have a short sleeve shirt on today, and I am hitting my tris and my biceps harder than usual when I'm working out, and they're toned. Like when I feel them, I do feel like there's a tone, but I don't think I'm quite maintaining muscle mass like I used to. I want to see what I have to do to figure that out. I don't want to be Mr. Skinny Guy again as I get older. I don't want to atrophy, and I don't want all my muscle just to fall off my body. And I've become aware that Rollo Tomassi is taking testosterone replacement therapy, and it's making me think like, do I have to do that to keep up with these guys? I've heard it feels amazing. I'm just scared to do that because I don't want to have a heart attack unnecessarily, and I don't want to create heart disease, and I don't want to have some tainted batch from the evil globalists attempting to kill us every step of the way. So tired of that. So tired of everything. Yeah, speaking of evil globalists, this is the segue of the universe right now. I had carnitas for lunch. I was out with my mom, dad, and sister for lunch today. That's why I'm getting to this a little later than usual. Usually I like to eat around 11 a.m. in my house when I'm doing this. Then around 11:30 to 12, I'm into it recording. But anyway, back to the reason why I'm segueing, saying, speaking of evil globalists, I had carnitas for lunch. And I think these carnitas are pre-spike protein. That's coming soon. The tainting of food with shit. They're just obsessed getting it into our bodies. So it's like everywhere they can fucking infiltrate food supplies and farms, they're trying to get into your body. That frustrates me. That's not the life I want to live. That's not the life I want to have. That's not cool to do that to your fellow human being. What the fuck is wrong with you? It does piss me off. No doubt about it. I don't have much plan to say. Sometimes in this pre-rise interlude, is what I'm calling it right now, pre-rise interlude. That's my special word for it. I have something written down about dreams I've had, but I don't have anything written down about dreams I've had. Although I do have several things set aside for the screen, which is why I should get to the rise very soon. But before that, I like the little ritual where I take my little glass of water and I copy you know who. Copy who? You copy you know who. Some of you know who. I'm copying you right now. And I'm thirsty. So it's a double win for me. It's a win-win situation. I win copying you gratuitously for fun because I do what I want and I want what I do. Cheers, everybody. Or as they say in the kava bar, bula. When you, and they, I like, So they drink out of these bowls that they call shells because the tradition is to drink out of a shell, like a coconut shell, but they don't have coconut shells. They use bowls, but they still call them shells. So, and you have plain flavor that they can give you, which is really not got a lot of taste appeal, but it's the least expensive thing you can get to drink the kava. And so I was like, can I have one of those bowls of mud, please? And they're like, what? That's funny. Because they have this saying, when you drink kava, you're not getting drunk. They call it getting muddy. And I was like, that's why I was saying, give me a bowl of the muddy kava, please. And they were laughing at that. It's like I've had friends laugh at me when I say, could I please have a marijuana joint? Because isn't that redundant? If it's a joint, it's already implied that it's fucking marijuana, and you don't have to say marijuana joint. But when you say marijuana joint, you get a chuckle out of people, I noticed. Even comedians are like, that guy's either a dork and doesn't know what the hell he's talking about, or he's just being fucking funny, which is what I like to do. And some people are like, that's not funny at all, dude. You know, another uncharacteristic thing for me, I said I had the carnitas for lunch. So right now I'm going to do something with you right here, right now. I'm gonna clear out. Yeah, I'm doing this on purpose in front of you because I say I do whatever the hell I want. I'm flossing in front of you. And there are specific teeth where I definitely get shit in between my teeth, especially when I eat meat and apples and oranges. And so I'm just hitting those spots right now. And any day now, my night guard is going to come in, and I know that I'm going to be sitting in front of my television set as early as 5 or 6 p.m. Don't go to bed until 10 p.m., and I'm going to have that stupid thing in my mouth because I want to add years on the end before they tell me you have finally worn through your teeth, and now you have to fucking come in and get freaking caps and look like a totally different person. I should have started doing this 5 years ago, but you know why I didn't? Because I was cheap. Don't be cheap. And so I go to all this trouble to floss and to brush my teeth every day, twice a day, brushing, flossing. And the reason is because I want to save myself the trouble in life. And then I was too stubborn and cheap to spend just a few $100 a few years ago to get a night guard, start wearing a night guard, not to wear down the enamel on my teeth. Stupid! I should have done it years ago. I could have bought myself so much time. But so now I'm going to try to earn back some of that time by spending much of my waking hours in the evening when I'm lazy and lethargic and sedentary on the couch, and I'm going to wear that in my teeth. And I might even see how it goes. I might wear it in the morning when I'm working out because I have a tendency to grind and grit my teeth. So anything I can omit from the grinding routine to keep my teeth a longer time, it's just not pleasant knowing that I might be able to I might have this here. Let me just see if I can send this to myself really quick too. I have the picture of my teeth there. Here we are. I will send that over to this computer here. I will say PAU and I will send it there like so. I'm doing this for a reason. It's for you actually. So that when that shows up here momentarily, I believe, here it is. You heard that ding come from my computer with that little thing arriving. I will show you my teeth after we do the rise. We're about 8 minutes in. I think it's appropriate to start the rise because I have a lot of things I want to talk about, and I've covered the Paul news today, and some of the Paul news is what I want to put up on this screen here. So without further ado, let me just get back over here and see if I lost connection to any of these. No, we did not. So do you know what we can do right now? We can go bing, bing, and bing. Yes, sirree, Bob. Rise. No great man has ever had to grind his teeth down and get replacements for his teeth that don't even look like the man. That should never happen. Excuse me. It's supposed to be going up. I fucked that up. I hit number 2 instead of 1. So we're just gonna keep going here. Right. Boom. That wasn't too bad. I got the rise wrong. I hit number 2. What was I thinking? Perfectly okay. And we're going to try and do this perfectly at the end here. Boom, boom, boom. Voila! That was motherfucking beautiful. except for when I didn't start rising it when it was initially supposed to rise. I fucked it up. And then I got all thrown out in my head. And I was like, should I start over? No, this isn't perfect. Just hit number 1 now. Starts going up. And then you recover from it by being fucking funny. That's apropos. I keep making that same mistake in the same spot every single time. I have to remember after I do this, I have to go back to this, and then I'm like, ready to fucking boom! You know what I'm saying? Again, boom! All right, I was just a moment ago. We will come over here, all right? I was just a moment ago talking about this. I'm going to zoom up on this for you, all right? Boom, boom. There's my inside of my mouth. See this yellow part in the middle of my teeth right here? This is where I have worn off the enamel. It used to have all this white stuff over it. Now because I bite my nails and the lighting's not good on this. I don't have it's some kind of weird. I took this picture off of a screen with my phone. I actually used the camera. It wasn't like they gave me this. I just took the picture off the screen, but you can see where I have worn away the enamel because of stress. Predominantly stress, chewing my nails ever since I was little. I could have gotten the stinking mouth guard 5-10 years ago, but I was a PUSSY. Why didn't I do that years ago? Shame on me. I didn't have to do that, ladies and gentlemen. I did not have to take all that time grinding my teeth. I could have afforded it. I was cheap and I was foolish, but I don't have to replace my teeth yet. God knows when I have to do that, I will come on here and say, shit, guess what I have to do? We'll see if the spike protein gets me first or if I have to get my teeth replaced first. Or, third alternative, society comes to a screeching fucking halt and none of these things are like, I might get the spike protein and die, but I'll never be able to go to the dentist again because carbon! I swear. Screw the powers that be. I tell you what, you sons of bitches, fucking up our lives. Anyway, let's not be gloomy. Let's stay cheerful. Let's come over here and show you the work. I went down to my sister's with my parents today because she's getting this work done on her porch. Wait, hold on. I want to close out of this. And I want to do it like so. We're over here now. I'm selecting that and I'm opening it up and making it really big right here. Okay, so this is her back door right here. My sister's back door, okay? Can you see it? It's a little rotten down there. It's not finished, okay? So she's having these guys put in a new patio in her backyard. And so they got these steps put in. And if you see where these bricks are at the base of her door right here, that slopes all the way down to this part down here. It slopes about 3 fucking inches. So it's not flat. When you step out the door, you're stepping on a slope. And you can even see it over here in the fucking trim over here. These guys did it wrong. Underneath all these blocks down here, underneath the bricks, you have these blocks. And underneath the blocks, before they started doing this, installing this, they have all this fucking sand there they could have put underneath there to level it up. And now I think what my sister's going to do is like request that they fucking tear that shit out of there and put it in there properly in a level fashion. And so that's what she was also asking about if she wants to keep it, how to clear up this space right here. And that could be filled in somehow with either with more siding or whatever. It has to be, these rotten pieces of wood down here have to be scraped off and painted. And isn't this an exciting show? But I'm sharing my life with you, okay? Predominantly, this is a visual show. Eventually, one of the ways I was thinking I want to get this out there to people is to just cut the audio out of it and put that up as a podcast available in regular audio podcast directories, which means I have to be conscious of that. And I have to, when I'm talking to people, I have to remember to describe what I'm seeing so that it comports well to the listening ear. There are a lot of things on here that are visual, but notwithstanding, I think we could get the point of the things I'm saying if I am descriptive. And you'll hear the subject matter, the topical matter. When I'm referring to things visually, it's going to be hard for people to imagine. I just have to remember that to describe what I'm seeing, and that's one other way I can get it out there. And again, oh yes, you know what I wanted to talk about, which I haven't brought up with you guys. last time I was doing this, I mentioned that I wanted to bring this up, and it's about getting this show seen more, and it has to do with my personal feelings about doing that. I feel like I'm doing a good job producing a little show here, and I have ideas about how to prove this, that, and the other thing, and occasionally I am, and I do that. The last big addition was The Rise, of course. We're going on a couple weeks with that. Very fun doing that. But I'm concerned that if all of a sudden I hit an inflection point and all of a sudden people are listening, people are becoming a part of this community, which is very small now. It's like a few people I know just knowing that I'm doing this. It'll suddenly feel like pressure. It'll begin to not feel like a job, and it'll feel like I'm pressured to do this. And then all of a sudden I'm going to be worrying about what all these people think. If I say this, that, or the other thing, someone's going to be like, I don't agree with that. I have to destroy you. I'm worried about all that. I know that also as it grows, because of the things I'm saying, because of the things I like to talk about, I know it's going to get booted from YouTube eventually, because I say things like, I talk about this back protein in the carnitas and the sky spray and all the stuff that the mainstream narrative wants to be like, shh, shut up. We're trying to exterminate people and you are fucking telling them the secret. Shut the fuck up. And it's like, yeah. So the more this grows, the sooner this channel is going to get canceled, and I'll be bummed when that happens. And hopefully I'll already have started establishing myself elsewhere. I don't know when that's going to happen. I don't know how many complaints they have to get to do that. I know that I know somebody who's doing a show who has repeatedly gotten his channel canceled for political reasons, for talking about scary stuff, similar to the things that I'm mentioning, except that he does a full-on news show. He's not doing satire. He just has straight-up political, intellectual conversations about what's going on in the world. And it is red pill, not exclusive to Rollo Tomassi manosphere red pill definition only. It's like broad-based red pill about full-spectrum awareness. And so I like what he's doing. And I don't even feel like mentioning his name, but his name is Josh. Well, they're not going to know just from his first name, but it's like, just like if you mention AJ from IW, I think the algorithm is more likely to say, hey, flag him. He's talking about AJ. AJ. These are the initials of the person I'm talking about. IW are the initials of his network. And that doesn't mean I'm cowardly. I'm trying to say it in a way where people get what I'm saying, but I'm not running the risk of getting unnecessarily cut off on here. I don't like having to dance around that limitation, to be honest with you. Seriously, it's not right to have to think that way. The internet used to be like the wild, wild fucking West. You used to be able to say whatever the hell I want, when I want, and now this is the life we lead. I want to take display brightness, take the auto lock, and turn it to 2 minutes again. I just have a whole system for everything, people. And now my phone will not be on sitting in front of me. Yeah, I screwed up that rise a little bit. You might have not even noticed. It just didn't start rising. When I say rise is when it's supposed to go do, but I hit the wrong number. I hit the down button instead of the up button. I would like sometimes to have them reversed, but I'm used to it this way. But I did think I might screw it up, and I did screw it up. So I want to build this show. It's just that I'm going to great lengths to put hours into doing it every week and producing content and talking about the content, meaning like the subject matter I'm bringing to it, the things I'm talking about, the things I'm interested in personally. I'll move on right now. I will move on for you. We are going to go to my very first... So this is simple. This is just the first thing on the agenda here, and it's a tweet from last night. And I am going to actually talk about this a little bit. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Okay, and now we come over here like so. Succession. Amala just wrote a Succession last night. That's a TV show on HBO, and I responded to her with my own... And I was like one of the few people who got it. People thought she was saying secession, like a state that secedes from the Union. No, she's talking about Succession, the show, and I knew she was talking about that because I watched it last night and it fucking blew my mind. Blew the living shit out of my mind. Because of the unpredictable nature of life. They hoodwinked me in. They tricked me. They tricked me, and I'm sure they tricked a lot of people who never saw that coming in a million years. And for people who haven't seen it, I don't really want to tell you because it's like a big spoiler. If you're just watching it through, you're going to think, okay, this keeps going. And then you're like, what? Huge. Because the title of the show was Connor's Wedding. Connor's one of the children of this rich magnate who's Roy. His last name is Roy. What the hell's his first name? How could I forget his name? Roy. What the hell is his name? It'll come to me. So this rich magnate worth like $10 billion. The storyline of the show is about he's about 80 years old. His health is in decline, but he still wants to run the business, and his kids are jockeying to run the business, and people in the company want to be the ones who run the business. Ergo, the name of the show, Succession. And so you're thinking, and so the guy who runs the companies, Logan Roy is the name of the character. And he is an extraordinary character played by an extraordinary actor who is also in Deadwood. He does the part so extremely well. You have an affection and a fear for this character, kind of the way he operates and runs his business life. And you don't even want to be his kids and get in his way because he stomps on his own kids even in the course of running his business because they're trying to take over the business, and then he changes his mind, and because of his ego, he can't quite give it up. So my point is, we're into the 4th season now. And if you're bored with what I'm saying, you should just go watch the show, and then you'll relate to what I'm saying, and you'll say, yeah, I want to hear his commentary on that again. That's very interesting. So, I'll spoil it, because I don't give a fuck. This fucking show started out like, okay, run-of-the-mill Succession show. This rich guy is he's like, that person's fired, this is what we're doing, these are our moves, manipulate my kids this, that, or the other way. That's the whole intro of the show. And then as soon as the intro's over, you're about 10 minutes into the show, and one of the kids gets a phone call and says, your dad's sick, I think he's dying. And he's dead. So that's like the storyline of the whole show. And you're thinking he's going to go like to the end of the 4th season. We're only 3 shows in. It's going to be like 10 shows long. And so instead of him dying at the end of the season, he dies in the 3rd fucking episode. And you're like, is this for real? Are they playing a joke? Is this a prank? Is he testing his kids? Is he really dead? And as it goes on, you're like, oh my God. You get the feeling like it's real life. And you're like, oh my God, he really is dead. And you weren't expecting it. So it has this shock value to it that was incredible. And so I think people talking to Amala last night didn't know she was referring to this show. And so people are talking about other shows. I'm glad you didn't give away any part of it because I've also started to binge it. Okay. About time something dramatic finally happens. But so they say the show, people are like, Succession? Someone thought she misspelled it. Anyway, I was delighted to see that I was one of the first people who knew what the hell she was talking about. And guess what? Guess who liked my tweet? Oh my God, Amala liked my tweet. I am so validated. Amala Ekpunobi from PragerU liked my tweet. I feel like so validated by this beautiful woman. I think she wants to date me. I can't stop thinking about her. Do you think I should ask her out, everybody? I think she has a boyfriend, but she liked my tweet, so it must mean she wants to dump him and get with me, right? Yes. No, you know why I'm doing this? I'm playing this up right now, obviously, because it drives me crazy when there are certain guys I've known, and I've certainly mentioned this on here, and it'll be a recurring thing that I say. When guys get attention from pretty girls and they can't think straight, they're like, oh my God, I can't think straight. That's how I feel when Amala likes my tweet. Oops. Hey, you guys, what do you think? She liked my tweet, right? That's so freaking awesome. They agree. The birds and Dio, they all agree. Thank you. Thank you to all of you. It's been a while since I talked to you on the show. I've been ignoring you little schmucks. What do you think of that? So anyway, you're not schmucks. I love you guys. So I am not just being silly. I brought up this show because I was like, oh my God, lately this is one of my favorite shows. And I just got caught. I woke up in the middle of the night and that's what I started thinking about. I was like, I can't believe they killed off Logan Roy. I can't freaking believe it. And then I'm thinking about it and I'm like, I believe it because that makes the story better now. Now that he's gone, it's like people who are loving one another all of a sudden are going to get this competitive, I want the position of being in charge of the company. I want it. It's my destiny. And so that's what's really interesting about it is the twists and turns they're all going through, jockeying with one another, including people working in the company, people undermining others, trying to disparage others and frame others for things they didn't do. It's so very good. So very good. Highly recommended from me. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Moving on. Let me come over here and just close this out for you like that. I like going like that, and so you can see the name again like that. There's a whole pattern. There's a whole way that makes a perfect mix for this. Do you know that? Do you know that's what I do? It's what I do. So I have some then and I have a then and now right now that I want to go through, and it's here we go. Hold on. I'm trying to, instead of going wee, I'm just trying to mix it up and do every single conceivable thing that I can. So here we have Gwen Stefani, and I really feel sad when I look at her. 25 years ago was that on the bottom? 27 years ago on the left. Look at her. Of course, she's the singer originally famous from the band No Doubt. So much great music in there, and a lot of the music was actually really good and heartfelt. The musicianship was awesome. The drummer was awesome. Guitar player was awesome. She dated the bass player, and some of those songs they dated, and so when they broke up, those emotions found their way into their songs, so it was really wonderful. But the difference between these two pictures here, she's so like bright, young, beautiful, innocent looking here, and over here she becomes like a freaky looking demon. Way overdone. I can't stand the tight bob on the head either. The eyebrows, no, you look like demonic. The lipstick is way overboard. These are like majorly fake eyelash. It just is all way too much to me. Way too much phony glam. You are on the path to Madonna face. I was gonna say marijuana face. Why? I don't know, but I'm like, I get a feeling of sadness when I look at this because I don't like the long nails either. Long nails are beautiful on a woman, but that's way too long. You're looking like a creature from the swamp, sweetheart. Cut those fucking nails. Are you crazy? That's unbecoming of you. Although she's gone on to create some music that is still pretty compelling. I'll give her that much. She's in a time window where you have a chance. Age naturally now. Do not go Madonna face. I almost said marijuana face again. I'm not particularly happy with her look on either side here. And on the left here, it's just not a good look. Of course, this was the same age she was in the picture over here. But I think over here, it's a much more natural, beautiful look on her. This is too punk rockery with the weird dark colors in her hair. And over here, my objections on the right are all the same as the picture before. It just looks like more of a profile shot. And so more pretty on the left, 2006, than now. I mean, you have a lot of makeup on both sides, but there's much more artificial on the right. I'm not digging that, sweetie. Kind of a Marilyn Monroe look on the left. I think it's a little overdone. Both sides here are overdone in their own way. Her hair's too bleached. I would like to see a more natural color blonde instead of bleached blonde, and maybe some of those dark colors they mix in with those. That's what the hairstylists do and whatnot. Maybe it's the lighting on the left. There's too much light skin there as far as she's overexposed on the left to me. And she's the same objections all go on the right to me. So that's the end of that. I don't want to go too into that. I mean, like Gwen Stefani, I have mixed feelings about her. Don't go Madonna face on us, Gwen. You're too good for that. Please, I'm begging you. Gwen, listen to me now. Do not go Madonna face. Little glitch there because I didn't hit the button right. But do I want to continue now by Showing you more then and now, or do I want to show you a deep fake with? I want to do more then and now, believe it or not. So I'm gonna go like so. I'm going to say more then and now. These, and I will just zip through these then. Alrighty-o. Zoom. Melanie Griffith. And this is one of the sad ones, people. When I look at this, I'm like, no, what has happened? Time really makes me sad. I don't know what she's done on the right, but she's chopped into some things here. I think she could have aged gracefully if she didn't do anything. There's something innately unnatural about the way she's looking. I'm not going to stay on you for that long because I'm not interested. Zoom! Oh, yeah. Of course I've done Pamela Anderson before, and this is a good one as far as seeing the contrast of the time that has gone by. She's like stunning on the left. She's like got the kind of beauty of a young woman where a man like myself is like, okay, I'll follow you. If you like my tweet, I'll ask you to marry me. On the right there, you can really see how she's aged. She's maintained kind of well. I just think, ladies, this eyebrow style is a big fat no to me. It's too thin, like even on the left here. Just give yourself, and so I see you coloring it in with a marker too. Just give yourself a little bit of hair there, and around the cheeks here, you see a lot of wear and tear over the time that it's taken, and even like getting some of this into the cheekbone area here. It's not looking good. I think you should have strived to age a little more naturally, Pamela. But zoom, who is this here? Oh, Laura Flynn Boyle. Yeah, you can see very clearly that she has done gorgeous looking, perfect looking on the left, and then an archetype for insecurity on the right. The lips, anything if you can tell you've done something beyond the point where you don't look natural anymore, you've done too much. And that is true on the right here with your lips. If you had just decided to age naturally and wear makeup to the best of your ability, you'd look much better. The purple around your eyes here too, that makes you look more like drug-addled and bloodshot instead of like whatever on the left here it is about her strikes the perfect balance. I am a very generous beauty critique. You should listen to me too. If I were gay, I bet you everyone would listen to me. Here's another one that makes me sad. Kim Basinger. My goodness. Just then, amazingly beautiful. I wish we had the years of the age on here because she looks amazing on the left. And stunning, like another woman who could be like, Paul, walk off this cliff. I'll like your tweet. You'll ask me to marry you, and I will just walk you off this cliff to get rid of your annoying ass, Paul. Let me just make sure that I'm on the screen. Yes, I am. I still don't have the monitor set up that I want, so I got to make sure sometimes I'm not next to the screen and I'm talking about it, and people are like, I can't see what you're talking about, bro. And then that is an imperfection to me, and then I have to go on and on about how important perfection is to me, and I don't like that. So we come back here, we zoom back in like that. Kim Basinger on the right, looking a little used. I want to see how old she is now. Let's just see, shall we? Kim, what's going on here? I'm not asking for that. You shut down this window, you get out of here. Okay, over here now. We're going to go Kim Basinger, age. And she is 69 years old. Okay. So I got to give her a little credit because 69 is up there. So a lot of women, for 69, I can't say for sure. I think Sophia Loren looked better as an older lady than Kim Basinger does. It's just unfortunate. You know what it is? It's probably that for your age and stage, you're still very beautiful. I do think I see some signs of choppy woppy on the facey wacy. I made that up just now. And so you're held to this standard of beauty when you're like that sex pot on the left. You're always compared to that, especially once you get over the hill and you then eventually finally hit the wall as a woman. Women hit the wall. Oh, Janice Dickinson. Oh, dear. Oh, my, oh, dear. This woman is... my opinion of her on a personal level is that she's a super psychological mess. And when I've heard her speak, it's just like everything about her turns me off. So I have trouble seeing beauty on either side because I've seen her dark personality, like taking a knife and getting weird, like she's gonna stab people, and I'm not joking. And check out the neck down here. There's a lot of wear and tear on the neck. Maybe that means she got a lot of sunshine when she was younger, and so she. I don't like the eyebrows in either case. I like the hair better on the right, and I prefer the eyebrows on the right, except they still have that sinister Mr. Spock look. Continuing on. Oh, Tori Spelling. I've so many times referred to her as Hollywood plastic. You cannot imagine. Of course, I have. I know who Tori Spelling is. Her dad was Aaron Spelling, the very famous Hollywood producer who was involved in producing so many shows. And I remember her, of course, from 90210 fame. Back in my day, when I was a teenager, she was a hottie, a sex symbol from 90210. And I think she had a beautiful, natural, innocent look. And she, like so many women in Hollywood, is going plastic and fake eyebrows, poofy face. I'm sure you've been injected. You've done something to your lips. All of the above. All you had to do was take good care of yourself and age naturally. And so, again, Tori Spelling is one of these women out there who is an archetype of insecurity. I'm begging you, like, as a role model to women out there who like glamour and beauty and all that stuff, be a role model who ages naturally and gracefully. That's the encouragement I want to put out there. I'm doing this for women I want to save themselves from freaking out their looks. Oh, Meg Ryan. Oh, man, another Hollywood tragedy, this one. Big time. Genuine thirst. Because the carnitas have that salt in it. And you just have tons of that smother sauce. Anyway, Meg Ryan. It's not like I don't know what to say about you. Pretty much what I've said about a few women before is an archetype of insecurity here, trying to save women from making this mistake. So bear with me. I'm not trying to be sexist. Of course, it's your choice. If you want to go chop your face up and whatever, the hair is doing her a service here because this does not do justice to how much she's messed up looking. So perfect beauty this woman was born with. She's another one who all you had to do was be healthy and take care of yourself. You'd be a 55, 60-year-old woman looking amazing, but instead you have an exceedingly unnatural look. And I swear I'm not trying to be mean when I say these things. I'm saying really genuinely, truly, women who have not made that mistake yet, if they hear what I'm saying, you should be insecure at the thought of doing what's happening in the right on these pictures. Because it's a travesty to ruin your beauty like that. And then you go through more of your life being old and freaky looking. Same with Joan Rivers. That lady did way too much work. She didn't have to do that to herself. Thank goodness she maintained an amazing sense of humor, which helped me appreciate her. But it's like at some point, there's a point of diminishing returns when you go and get too much work done. Emmanuel Beard, I don't know. Not looking good on the right. I'm skipping her and I'm going to, oh my God, Sydney Rome. Not looking good. I mean, like, almost the same pose, everything. But look at how freaky her eyes look on the left. She's got some kind of demonic gaze that I don't trust. That freaks me out. And then like, oh, freak me out. Why don't you? The same freaking pupils tripping me out. You go. Okay. Donatella Versace. And most certainly on the left here, I wish we had years on these. I'm like floored. Like what? What have you done? Gorgeous, beautiful on the left. Tasteful as far as like, maybe the earrings are a little bit too gaudy. The hairstyle could be toned down a little bit, but gorgeous, perfect beauty on the left. And then again, the archetype on the right of insecurity, the black makeup all around the eyes, big Y. Is that to cover up some fucking serious wrinkles? The lips, everything here. Something's wrong. I'm just telling women, please, age naturally. Donatella Versace, I got to get this off here, otherwise I'm going to have nightmares. I'm sorry, I realize how cold that is, but come on, ladies. What are you doing, wrecking your beautiful looks? What are you doing, honestly? 20 minutes left to squeeze shit in. We're going to, really quick, a little bit lighthearted of a clip that I thought was funny because they took Christopher Walken and Michael J. Fox and put them in a clip from whatchamacallit. It's the something of the Lambs. What am I thinking here? Lambs. The Lamb movie. Silence of the Lambs. Okay, they took Michael J. Fox, and I think that's who it is. And let's play this here, and let's see this clip. I hope it doesn't... What? Okay, hold on. I hope it doesn't bust copyright infringement shit.
You to look at this, Doctor. Either you will or you won't.
Yeah. Jack Crawford must be very busy indeed if he's recruiting help.
Oh, it's
from
not
the
Christopher
student body.
Walken. I don't know who is he. It's the other mobster dude. I'm trying to think. Is it Steve Buscemi? Doesn't sound like Steve Buscemi, and that does not sound very much like Michael J. Fox either. This is why I got to do quality control. I was coming to this clip purposefully virginally because I wanted to have a virgin's reaction to the clip, having never seen it before. And now look at you.
Busy with that new one, Buffalo Bill. A
What?
naughty boy he is. Do you know why he's called Buffalo Bill? Please tell me.
don't know
The
who that
newspapers won't say.
Well, it started as a bad joke in Kansas City homicide. They said, this one likes to skin his humps.
I don't think this one's funny at
Why
all.
do you think he removes their skins, Agent Starling?
So no, I think he is being Christopher Walken, right? It's just not a good one. Arnold has fit into a lot of these. This one does not comport well to
With the acumen.
making me believe
That
it.
excites him. Most serial killers keep some sort of trophies from their victims.
I didn't.
No. No, you ate yours. Doc! This guy's a cannibal!
Does not sound like... That's the best part of the whole thing, Doc. This guy's a cannibal. Because you're obviously making a goof on Back to the Future when that's a clip from a whole other movie, Silence of the Lambs. But that one did not do it for me. Neither of those characters passed the believability test. There's something about the Arnold Schwarzenegger ones that come off really believable. I want to bring this this Instagram clip over for you here. Dun, 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 dun. I will reload it with sound as soon as I'm ready. And Jennifer Anniston making commentary on how Friends is offensive today. I want to hear the whole dialogue. Thank you, Amala, for bringing it to us.
Aniston says a whole generation now finds Friends offensive. Quote, there's a whole generation of people, kids, who are now going back to episodes of Friends and find them offensive. There were things that...
Frankly, I just want to say, I don't give a horse's ass shit what these kids think. If they think Friends is offensive, then they need to live through something horrible. This is a point I'm always making about people these days, that we live in such a spoiled society. People have had it so good that they don't have any fucking perception of what real hardship is like. So Friends is offensive. Friends is violent to my ears. It's not inclusive. It's not diverse enough. You need to go back to another era called the 20th century and study what happened then with all the hardships of life. We have it so damn good, and that's what people need to be humbled, is some kind of experience that lets you it humbles you because you realize I had it so good and I was bitching and moaning about really superficial shit. So if you think Friends is offensive, you are complaining about superficial shit. Honestly. Can't say that enough.
never intentional, and others we should have thought it through. But I don't think
no, that's being apologetic. Forget it, Jennifer. You're kowtowing because you want to stay like in vogue with people. You want people to continue liking you. That's not what you would probably 20 years ago. You know, like the lady who plays Peggy on what do you call it? Married with Children. She said a beautiful thing, which was when people were complaining about the offensiveness of that show, and that was very balls to the wall offensive. We should be able to make those shows. And the beautiful thing about living in this country, I'm basically paraphrasing Katie Seagal, is that you have the choice to turn that off. If you don't want to see it, you don't have to see it. And I'm not saying it's holier than thou programming, quite the contrary. Even Friends doesn't pass the litmus test for moral life in every single way, but we are supposed to be like people with a little bit of thick skin. Wait, want to make sure I'm on that. Still have that problem.
The sensitivity like there is now. Jennifer Aniston
And
is
don't
totally
fucking
correct.
kowtow it. When you kowtow to that fucking sensitivity, Jennifer, then people are they're going to expect you to always be kowtowing to that standard. Don't give in to that standard. Don't fucking make it illegal to smoke cigarettes in a place. Every fucking little tiny bit of liberty that vanishes goes away forever. And so you have to hold on to it. You have to cherish it. You don't let it go when you have it. And so you don't do what Jennifer Aniston is doing right here. Like, we should have known better. We should have been more sensitive. There's always this assumption that we're going forward, we're getting better. But in a lot of ways, things are getting worse. And so ding dong, Jennifer Aniston is kowtowing to this false idea, this false notion that things are getting better. You know what they are? You're kowtowing to what is actually fascism on the move. It's getting worse and worse. And you're like, oh, we should have known better. I just need to play along with the game because I'm a high-paid Hollywood actress and I have to continue trying to stay in. And speaking of then and now, Jennifer, you are one who is definitely looking like you've done some work.
Jokes that maybe might not land in today's generation, but it never comes off to me
as it's not that it's not a good joke. It's that kids have become so fucking frail. So incredibly frail. Like not being able to handle anything that's just a little offbeat.
Trying to be racist, they're trying to be homophobic or transphobic, or many of the accusations that they would get in today's time. To me, it seemed like these characters and the writing of this shows was meant to be exploring pivotal and controversial issues of the time. I actually think that comedy is one of the best tools to use to engage with some of these controversial issues because it takes the heat out of the room. We all enter the space of
Amala's a million times more insightful, and I'm not just saying that because she liked my tweet.
Shows like
a million times more insightful than Jennifer Aniston. Like her bread and butter is being a wise, intelligent commentator. It's not being a pretty lady with half a brain, which is so many of the character roles that Jennifer Aniston plays. I don't particularly think Jennifer plays roles where she's like a vastly empowering woman. Does she? It's like the cheap contemporary type of woman who's like who would like twerk on the bar if that's how you gain respect from people.
Or The Office or South Park, knowing that they're meant to make you laugh. And we should...
Yeah, it's comedy. It's comedy, babe. I'm moving on. Thank you for that like. I haven't forgotten you liked me in that tweet. I'll never forget. That's the first time Amala ever liked one of my tweets. And I love her for it. Sorry. I'm filling an hour here, and the point is to be over the top all the time. Don't complain. Enjoy. What do we have next here, okay? Rollo Instapost. Or do we want... I want to just actually comment on this longer form video I have here. Let me open it, pause it. I wish it didn't automatically necessarily play when I do that. So come over here. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, and I will open it up. It's a 2-minute 42-second clip, and this is Rollo commenting on a clip from excuse me, it's carnitas for lunch. Yes, burps are good. He's commenting on a Joe Rogan clip.
I get the good genes and then forget about the guy, and so as not to jeopardize your investment from the regular partner. And so it's a design feature that's counter to that notion.
Can I stop you here? Doesn't it? But it seems to me that you're pursuing this like as if it's a logical endeavor that's based on trying to achieve an outcome.
I always get that kind of quiet sound from Joe Rogan.
And I think it's far more likely you're dealing with mental illness, alcohol, emotional imbalance.
See, okay, and now this is another way that this is cope. Sorry, Joe, this is cope. They must be damaged. There must be something wrong with them. Hybristophilia, by the way. This is the classic cope for hybristophilia.
I want to look that word up right now as we speak. We're going to come out of that over here, and we're going to come over to my... I think I have the word actually written down, hybristophilia, and I'm going to open... Oh, no. I'm going to close that. Bear with me, people. This is for our own edification. Definition. Let's come over here and see Chat AP. Okay. Hybristophilia, sexual interest in and attraction to those who commit crimes, like women who are into bad boys. In some cases, this may be directed toward people in prison for various types of criminal activities. Man, is that an incentive to do something bad or what? Give me some examples. Examples? Let me search here and see if I can get examples. One of the most infamous examples of hybristophilia is the large number of women attracted to Ted Bundy after his arrest. Jeffrey Dahmer, a serial killer, is said to have had amorous women sending him letters, monies, and other gifts to his time in prison, despite being a gay man and cannibal. It's too much. Okay, let's come back to this now that I'm understanding the term that they're using.
There must be something wrong with them. They must be only damaged women would do those things. Only damaged women would.
I fucked that up. You're hearing fucked up audio when I play that right now, right? So I'm coming over here to this, and I'm repairing it by going like this. You are hearing doubled up audio. I'm almost certain you were for a moment. I'm getting better at this, I assure you. What I want, though, is when I did what I just did, I don't want it to be doubled up. So, like, if I go like this, you won't hear it doubled up. What? Play.
So illness,
so now
alcohol.
You hear them talking. But I don't hear them talking. That's the problem. I'm just illustrating what's going on here. So I'm coming back over here.
Sorry, Joe. This is cope. They must be damaged. There must be something wrong with them. Hybristophilia, by the way. This is the classic cope for hybristophilia. There must be something wrong with them. They must be only damaged women would do those things. Only damaged women.
I want to hear the explanation here why it would not be a damaged woman. It sounds like you're saying it's not. So explain.
Did criminals. And I will just simply point to the most recent case of this, which is the chicks who worked at the prison system who like set up this entire system so they could fuck the inmates. They got let go because they've discovered that the prison guards, the female prison guards, were nailing the prisoner.
Like an amazing plot for a porno movie, right? That the women running the prison, it's like the prison you want it. Can I go to that prison run by women who are exploiting the situation to have sex with the men there? If you go to any prison as a man, is it not true that's where a man should want to go? Understandably, a man would want to go to that prison. Which one? Where? Who? Who are the women doing this? They are the ones we can use this this word I just looked up, hybristophilia. Is that it? I don't know.
Hybristophilia. Okay, not all women are hybristophiles, but only women are hybristophiles. It's a female thing. There are
only women are what?
Not all women are hybristophiles, but only women are hybristophiles.
Oh.
It's a female thing.
Wait.
There
are not men who seek out women in the prison system. They're not attracted to them because of the crimes they commit.
If somebody can show me a qualitative study or even a quantitative study of men seeking out convicted criminals.
That's what I'm getting at.
Like women in the prison system to like marry and have conjugal visits, like say Richard Ramirez.
It's not even about the crime with a man. It's just hot woman in prison. That's going to be the qualifier for a man. I'll get with that woman in prison if she's hot. That's how desperate men are to have sex. I would like to meet a prison woman if she's hot and it's a mode to sex that is not a lot of work. I don't want to work hard for the sex. So a woman horned up in prison who will take me as a man, it's too bad you can't put up like on a billboard at the prison, here, this man's willing to come and pay a conjugal visit to a woman who's like, yeah, that's okay. It should be our right. The men outside the prison and the women inside the prison. I'm saying it should be.
Boston Marathon bomber or Nick Cruz or Anders Breivik, all these, in these horrible inmates who have committed heinous atrocities, have fan clubs of women. Show me the fan clubs of guys, and then maybe we can talk. But until then, hybristophilia is a female thing, and not all of those women are.
Well, like I just said, it wouldn't matter to a guy. I'm sure there are crimes a man would not want to get with a woman in prison for if it were like a truly horrible thing. Like, I'm not attracted to women who are just like serial killers and I want to go screw them because they're a serial killer. It's strictly the sex. It's wanting the sex. I realize this is edgy today. Very edgy.
Goods. They just see this and they go, you know what? This might be a good idea. I'm really hot for that guy. The girl who was the police officer who was basically doing blacked videos with the other black police officers recently.
I really do think men are seeking out women in any way, and if they could get action from a lady who's in prison, they would, and I'm sure that exists, but it's not specifically the crime that the man is attracted to. Like I said, it's just the sex. We want the sex, right? We're doing it for the sex, Rollo. I'm surprised he didn't make that point, because I think what I'm saying is accurate, and I'm speculating I'm accurate. I can't cite any scientific studies to demonstrate what I'm saying. I'm just speculating, and I think it's correct.
Was claiming to have been groomed, right? And by the way, her cuckold white husband is sticking by her again too, right? That was just in the news not too long ago. Was she damaged? She would probably say she wasn't, or did she do it because something she wanted to experience? I don't know, getting a train ran on her.
For some women, a fetish is a fetish is a fetish, and in my opinion, if you're into dudes because they've committed these heinous crimes, I do think there's someone fucked up. There's something fucked up with a woman like that, and that's some kind of weird fetishy behavior that a woman's demonstrating. Where in this clip, Rollo's saying men don't do that, but I think they do that. Anything for the sex. No, I think I can imagine men being attracted to women who've committed certain crimes, and the edgy naughtiness of sex is that a woman has done this horrible thing, and wow, you're having sex with her. Like, I don't have to see a study to imagine, based on the perverted minds men have, in virtue of having a perverted mind myself, like not knowing that's the case, not experiencing it myself, but knowing that men the way they can be degenerate in so many ways, that's very possible that a guy wants to date a woman who committed specific crimes because it gets him. I'm sure it's possible just like women, because guys have fetishes, women have fetishes. Is it not a fetish? And how do you say that that's not a damaged woman right there? I don't know. I've gone the hour, though, people. I've gone the hour, and I've had a good time. Whoa. Mistakes will happen. Shit, man. Thanks for hanging out with me. That was my hour today. That's the time I did. That's the time I put in. Can you deal with it? Yo, Mr. White. Yo, Mr. White. Yeah, science. That gets a boom for me. Just killing the time. If you like this here, I appreciate you liking the videos. I appreciate you subscribing to the channel, sharing it with friends, interacting and engaging me in comments. And if we get to know one another, maybe you can come on the show. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, peace be with you all.